Hey everyone, welcome to another General 0 Hour replay. This one's from September 15th, and we've got a 3v3 on Massive Attack. Teams are Shift in the green, GLA Stealth. Next to him is Tim, usually known as TVH, GLA Vanilla. And rounding out the team up on this north side is Neo, USA Air Force. Down across from Neo is going to be Skippy, USA Super Weapon, and Pancake, China Vanilla in the middle. Down here on the south side, Matthew. Ooh, another GLA Stealth. Wow, they're not going to know where each other are. So, brother versus brother. Both the same faction. Let's see how they play this differently. Shift going to the corner, Matthew going to the middle. Shift sending his second worker to the middle, so Matthew gets there first, but who's going to start building first? Where is he going? Where are you going? Is he trying to sneak by? He's going on the far side, he's going to get run over. Well, that's not the only worker he sent over there. He also sent this one down the side, so it's still going to be a battle. Up on this northern side, Neo builds the barracks. Skippy's building the BMP launcher, but here comes Missile Defender. Maybe laser lock that thing. Or just shoot it. That'll work too. Yeah, even if Skippy heals it, it's still not going to be done in time. So Neo gains the hill. Skippy bringing another dozer. He built his barracks a little bit farther back and wasn't able to bring the units up front in time. In the middle, it looks like Pancake's the one to the middle first. That China dozer, not sure what it's going to do yet. And that's green. Okay, Shift is bringing him back. Felt like he got a little too far over. So, Matthew consolidating here in the middle, wasn't completely pushed out, but maybe Shift has the advantage on this side. Yep, those are Shift's tanks. That is Matthew's stealth tunnel, so he does have a presence there. Meanwhile, up on the top side, lots going on with Neo and Skippy already. EMP launcher going against the building. I think, yep, Neo has to tell units inside the building to fire on it, otherwise they wouldn't have. But the EMP turret not going to be super strong against this building, I don't think. I think maybe even Neo's fire bases could fire on it from here if he told them to. Yep, but the dozer there, repairing. I think Neo's going to own this land even more than he did a minute ago. Let's see up top. Building a supply first. I like building a barracks up there first to capture some of those buildings. But getting a supply up early is good too. So in the back, yeah, nothing going on extra back here. Tim is the one who's building his actual base in the back as opposed to going to the middle. He's already got the essentials up. And Shift with the essentials war factory up now. Let's see if Matthew has a war factory up yet. I don't see one. Yes, and a palace. Okay. So he's content with sharing the side with Shift for now. Shift has not captured anything, but he has built the supply. Now coming for the barracks so he can start capturing buildings. Probably doesn't know Matthew's there. Pancake, now consolidating in the middle, has found Tim across from him. Had the bunker and drew the units back out of it. But yeah, that artillery platform is a great spot for him from where Tim built those buildings. And if you're Tim right now, how do you address that? What do you do about this artillery platform? Alright. Pancake taking advantage of this airfield that he just captured. That is considered a USA Air Force airfield, and so those are going to be King Raptors. Oh wow. Those tank hunters take out the quad cannons nicely. Here comes the brothers facing off. The Crusaders are seeing action. I think maybe that was the second one going down. Matthew content with what he was able to accomplish there. Okay, has a couple of hijackers there, just in case Shift brings in some vehicles. So from Skippy, I'm expecting to see a strategy center going up and some super auroras going across the map here pretty quick, or alpha auroras. I'm not seeing the strategy center yet. I'm trying to capture this building, but the artillery platform is firing on him. From Neo, I'm expecting to see something similar. After he consolidates that corner, which will take a little bit longer, I expect to see the airfield going up, the strategy center going up, some auroras going on. But for right now, he's probably helping Tim out in the middle. Tim might be calling for help because of what's going on with this artillery platform over there. That might be what's drawing these Crusaders in, though with all of these Red Guard. Yeah, even with all these Red Guard, they still go down slow. There comes the Raptors from Pancake. That'll finish it off. So it's kind of Neo versus Pancake in the middle here. Pancake is a little bit sandwiched between Tim and Neo. And it's funny, there's so much to do on this map that nobody has actually come over to this whole entire hill between Pancake, Tim, Matthew, Shift. Nobody has that. Nobody's doing anything over on that hill, but Matthew's accomplishing plenty over on his end. A couple more quad cannons and a radar van to find the... Yes, to find the stealth buildings. Very smart. That worker... Yeah, that's Matthew's worker, so Matthew actually has Shift pinned. Shift has more of the corner, but Matthew, holding the middle now, can decide to attack the corner or just drive straight onto Shift's base. Looking now, it seems like Shift has a force coming in, his own quad cannons. As GLA stealth, you're not going to have any heavy armor, you're not going to have Scorpion tanks, you're not going to have Marauders, and so you are stuck with Marauders right off the bat until you can get some buggies. But Matthew taking real estate and looking to defend it here. I'm a little surprised these buildings are still here. I thought maybe Pancake would be able to fire on at least the barracks from where he's at. But maybe he's been making raids on these fire bases over here with the King Raptors. If we look, yep, he's still got two of them. One of them's promoted. Here's Neo's strategy center. And there's an extra airfield, so I'm guessing that's where the auroras are going to come from. The corner. Skippy, strategy center yet? Yep, there's a strategy center. No auroras up yet. Pancake has the propaganda center, and maybe we'll see some Inferno cannons coming out of him here pretty quick. Okay, so they are fighting for the corner now over here. Maybe just one RPG trooper in that bunker. Matthew looking to destroy the bunker so that it can't be used against him. Yeah. Stealth bikes, but still discovered because of the radar van right there. Not able to make it past the defense and the quad cannon. Matthew closing in on Shift's territory. You can see just how quickly those quad cannons can shoot down missile troopers inside the Stinger site. And now Shift's going to throw everything at him here. That was enough to take out one defense. Now, oh, that's That thing's jam-packed full. Matthew does like to just pack those missile troopers into those garrisons. It can backfire if a dragon tank or toxin tractor, if something's able to get close enough and take out all 8 units at once, it can backfire, but right there, man, it worked out for him. Radar vein is gone. Shift steals one vehicle. Not sure if he wants to steal this one. He does. Gone in just a second. So takes out a couple of Matthew's vehicles, loses a couple of his hijackers in the process, but that's what they're there for. Okay, Tim's buildings go down. He's now kind of kicked out of the middle, forced to restart from his own base. Looks like he's the one who's captured the oil behind him. And Shift has captured one of them. Neo hasn't captured his yet, but Neo has a lot going on up on this hill that he's capturing. Somebody's going after his airfield. I wonder if that's Pancake. Or Skippy with the Alpha Auroras. Now usually it just takes one Alpha Aurora to take out an airfield, but since Neo is USA Air Force, his airfields have a little bit extra hit points to them, so it does take 2 Alpha Auroras to take out one of Neo's airfields, which makes it even between them, because it will take 2 of Neo's regular Auroras to take out one of Skippy's airfields. So they can duel back and forth between them. I think that the important thing for Skippy now is to take out the strategy center, because that's just going to take 1 missile from this Alpha Aurora. If Neo had that thing on hold the line, it would take 2 Alpha Auroras, since that is on bombardment. Just 1 Alpha Aurora, down and back, and that's all it takes to take it out. Skippy going for the supply instead, but I'm guessing that Neo has lots of supplies, so I'd like to see him going after that strategy center. USA only able to build 1 at a time. That takes out Neo's ability to make secondary economy and Aurora bombers, which I'm thinking would be Neo's best response to what he sees going on from Skippy right now is Aurora bombers. He has plenty of money, so taking out 1 supply is not going to take away Neo's money. Usually Neo has lots of money in the pocket, so even if you target his supplies, it's not going to cripple him. He's got plenty left over. It might be worth it to go after the strategy center instead. Pancake's still patrolling the skies with these King Raptors. Has forced Tim out of the middle, but I'm seeing a lot of blue coming up now. Nice balanced army with buggies and quad cannons, and oh, they looked like they were traveling as a unit. I thought maybe Tim had used the Control F function to make them all move at the same speed, but nope, there goes the buggies. Moving to the front. Let's see what kind of damage they can get done against Pancake's base here. Pancake has some units here in reserve. I would be targeting the Battle Master to take it out as fast as you can. Yep. Or the Inferno Cannon, that works too. Okay. Favorable matchup for the Battle Masters, but there's quite a few quad cannons here. They do have junk repair. Over in this corner, Matthew is just about finished forcing Shift out of this corner. Shift barely holding on. But it might be a matter of time here. I wonder what the economies look like. Look at Matthew's. Lots and lots of extra cash. Shift did capture some oils over in that corner. And so he has extra cash as well. Pancake, where's he at? Not a whole lot extra. I think he was spending a whole lot of time using those King Raptors in the middle. And he was getting a lot done, forcing Tim out of there, but Tim was able to retreat back to his original base, come forward with an army. Skippy tries helping out with the Comanches, but this is exactly the wrong army that you would want to run into with these. Perhaps he has some Alpha Auroras. Just saw one drop a bomb there. So that was a nice, solid push from Tim, but unfortunately I think he's going to get stopped at the door, only taking out 1 barracks, which in the grand scheme of thing is $500. Not a huge hit on Pancake's base. It looked really nice. You know, here's another rebel group. So, I don't know if he's going to take out the command center. Maybe he will. It's a lot of rebels. Pancake could opt to use a truck to run him over, but there's a lot to look at on this map again. Pancake might be looking elsewhere. Noticing here that, yeah, this is a good answer. Neo has created a nice long line of defenses, and fortunately for him, because he started out as USA and has a reactor, all of these quad cannons, all of these stinger sites are being built twice as fast, so even if Skippy wanted to take them out, Neo could build them back plenty fast. So I think Skippy wiping Neo off the map with just Aurora bombers probably isn't going to be a reality this match. With Neo holding the corner, I'm guessing it's only a matter of time before Neo builds up a troop base and sends them at Skippy's base. Skippy would need this defensive line to hold. So this is a really interesting game. This is a nice, evenly matched game. Pancake owns the center. Let's see what happened with that command center. Yep, Matthew was able to help out. Pancake owns the center. He did finally come over to this middle island as well. Matthew holds the south side. Finally pushed out Shift. Nice, even game. Because Neo holds the north side, and that is very well fortified. Extremely well. Now I think he better watch out for this original base here, because that is very, very exposed. If anyone were to take a few rebels and put them back there. I guess that would be Matthew. If that was going to happen, it would need to be Matthew. And steal those buildings. There's nothing to stop them from doing that. He does have another base, but that would just cause issues for that north team if all of a sudden Neo would not be in that back corner anymore. Alright, a bit of a standoff now. We've established the defensive lines, we've established where people are going to have their bases at. Now it's just building up units, building up armies, using that supply that you've worked on in the beginning of the game. Hopefully it's a secondary supply, because those supply docks have to be getting low by now. We know what Skippy's going to be doing. He's going to be using Alpha Auroras. Pancake's been microing these King Raptors for much of the match, but I do wonder if he's going to be bringing some Inferno Cannons up to the front here at some point. Maybe to work on Neo's base, because even with all those troops there, there's nothing to stop some Inferno Cannons from wiping those troops out. Here we're going to have another skirmish maybe between Shift and Matthew. With Shift out of that corner, he no longer has to worry about it. So his mind is now free to just be more singularly focused. And his focus right now is to build up a nice army of quad cannons and buggies. Matthew does not have the buggies, he just has the quad cannons, which gives Shift an advantage here. Those buggy missiles are going to be nice and strong against these quad cannons here, if all he has is quad cannons. The buggies are also a nice answer for that bunker that Matthew used against him earlier. He can keep the quad cannons back until maybe he can take the building down, mop up what's left with the quad cannons, but the quad cannons are dropping left and right. Okay. Ship now taking out that oil, but on this map, people are usually going to have plenty of extra money. Has some buggies left, some quad cannons left, but here comes the answer. Nice flood of quad cannons closing the gap between them and the buggies, getting in close quick. And looks like he cleaned up those troops fast. Battle Blast, I don't think there was anything in it. Looked like he was just sitting empty. Very nice from Shift. Using the hijackers, there is no more radar van in the area. I wonder what, Matthew, knowing there's going to be more hijackers coming, decides to just back off. Up on this northern side, like we said earlier, Neo is going to be able to make quad cannons very, very fast, as well as stinger sights. So we're going to see a whole lot more GLA stuff than USA stuff from Neo, I'm thinking. And another round of troops coming in from Tim. Let's see how far they get this time. Can he keep the buggies far enough back that they don't die right away? Okay, takes out Matthew's group really quick. And Pancake has a couple of tanks in reserve. I'm thinking it's going to be up to Skippy to try to mop up this group as quickly as he can with those Alpha Auroras. If they're not distracted on guard mode against Neo's troops up north. Which it looks like that's their mission right now. Just a couple of quad cannons left. That's not a whole lot. It's going to take them a while to get buildings taken out. I'm thinking it's going to be up on this northern team. It's going to be up to Shift to hold off Matthew and not let him run through him, because Matthew has the corner, so Matthew has the superior supplies. Shift has the one oil. I wish he would capture the second, because without that corner, I'm thinking Shift might be in need of it. Where'd those buggies come from? He must have just driven them through just like the other ones. Pancake holds the middle, but there's so much going on this map. There's actually a couple of ways through underneath the hills that Tim just drove right through, and actually, suddenly, since people don't usually build huge bases in the back, Pancake's looking very vulnerable here. And did he take out an airfield? I think he did, which might have taken out some Aurora bombers. Tim coming up the middle might actually be the deciding factor in this match. It didn't look like a whole lot of troops, but they're getting a lot done. Skippy's out of power now, building defenses. Wow. Does he have any other airfields? I'm not seeing them. Maybe they got taken out by some general promotions. Maybe Neo sent something his way. This internet center going down is going to be a huge hit to Pancake's supplies. Only 4,000. He was low on supplies earlier, so that really hurts. Oof. Yeah, where's Matthew at? Matthew's dueling with Shift over on the right side. He sent troops over to help earlier. What? Okay. Alright. Shift has a quad cannon in his base. Everything's up in the air for this southern team. Man, I did not think Tim's troops were going to get this far. Just a couple of quad cannons and some rebels. But they're double and triple promoted quad cannons, so that makes a difference. Look at them go. Pancake doesn't have the answer. He's got some King Raptors here, sitting on the airfield. Okay, those are Neo's troops in the back now. Yep, this is looking like the North team's game to win. Matthew still holds the South, but he might be looking at a 3-on-1 here fairly quickly. Okay, one plane in the sky. No, that's a Chinook. Yeah, Skippy's airfields are gone. He's going for a... He's using his arms dealer now, his war factory. His airfields are gone. And now, Neo pushed through the defenses. Shift was able to hold off Matthew on that southern side. Lots of extra cash from Matthew, but wasn't able to make it past Shift. Shift nicely used those hijackers to hold him at bay. Made a nice push with his own quad cannon and buggy army, and that took Matthew back a peg. Tim just cleaning up now. Now, turn the power back on. No, there it goes off again. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of movement out of Matthew, and that's curious. Because I don't know... I know he's got a lot of money.
I will work.
So, theoretically,
We have captured the
he
building.
could be trying to make a whole lot of troops and send them up Pancake's direction to help. He must be working on something else. I think I heard that he captured something too. He's still working on this corner. He's still working on kicking Shift out of the corner. He just destroyed the oils. So Shift had those resources coming in the whole time. This looks like the crew that's gonna finish things off here. Very strong force. How fun is that? Quad cannons, buggies, Humvees, Avengers, and Tomahawks all in the same group. How fun is that? Better move them before they get scud stormed or something. There's one coming in 4 seconds. Okay, so the Avengers are able to pick off at least some of these missiles. There's one Avenger in the front, the rest of them are back behind. Buggies are able to outdistance. Skippy has Humvees with tow missiles on top, but it doesn't look like there's any missile defenders in there. Skippy's doing the best he can, but he's using limited resources at the moment. There's the Scud Storm. Neo just has a few troops left, but with how low this southern team is on resources, that might be enough to do it if you can keep them out of the toxins. Matthew now finally making his move. We knew he had plenty of resources. Maybe he's scared because he doesn't have a radar van. Maybe he's thinking some hijackers are going to come his way any second. Those troops are nearly all camouflaged except for the ones at the very front, so Shift knows they're there. Neo now using another paratroop drop in order to keep things moving forward here, even though his troops got scud stormed. Neo very good at using those paratroop drops. It's a general's promotion that comes back around very, very quickly. Ooh, fuel air bomb. And the arms dealer survives, so takes out a couple of reactors. Are those Skippies? I can't tell. I think that's yellow. So Matthew had these all the way in the front. I think this is the same group. I could be wrong. No, they're not. Oh. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to his army. Pancake's still in it. He hasn't given it up yet, but I don't know where his money would be coming from. There's some oils in the area. There's some supply docks up front. He's got one. He's got the other. That one's gone. And what's Tim been doing? Tim was the one that broke this game open in the first place. Did he run out of money? Nope, he's got plenty. He's having fun with Thomas. Oh! Oh! That's what Tim's doing. That's what Matthew's doing. Okay. Yeah, I said it. I said Neo's base back there was fragile since he only had 3 buildings. And he does have that entire top left corner, so it's not like he's out of the game or anything, but it's just, yeah, it's not going to be great if the south team has an opening in the back of their base now. Because this is all very fragile. We're going to have to create an army quickly. I do wish there was a few buggies in there because those would be taking buildings out faster, and Matthew needs to move fast. He also needs a radar van. But I think if I was packing a whole bunch of troops into a tunnel, trying to make sure it actually got troops out of it before somebody destroyed it, I don't think I would think to put a radar van in there either. But now Matthew finds himself driving around buildings that he can't see. Unless Shift uses them. And meanwhile, Neo on the north side bringing in a large crew again. So Skippy almost out of the game. This is a nice push from Matthew. It's a nice idea, but it's just not quite as powerful as what the northern team has sending at the bottom team right now. So Neo's forces on the doorstep again, about to meet up with some Skippy Humvees. This time they do have a few missile defenders in them, but they don't use their range at all. They don't keep their distance. They just moved right in. 1 Aurora per reactor. 1 Aurora per reactor or supply drop zone would do just fine. It's Auroras and Super Auroras both. Matthew's still in this back corner. Put another tunnel down. Yeah, Shift doesn't want to make an army with that arms dealer because then Matthew will be able to see it. But he's still able to pump quite a few out. From here, I'm thinking this is what's gonna... I think this will take care of Matthew's go. No, they're coming in one at a time, and Matthew's just cutting them down. It makes a huge difference if a group is advancing and coming one at a time in a line, or if the group is grouped together and stopped, all able to fire, especially with quad cannons and Gatling tanks, I've noticed. If they are moving, they fire like one bullet, like 4 bullets a second. But if they're just sitting still, they're free to just unload all of their bullets as fast as they should be able to. So Matthew just keeps it coming. I think the only thing that's going to stop this is Neo making his way down to Matthew's base to put an end to massive loads of quad cannons. Still no radar van. That is a lot to think about. I'm now wondering if Shift could have the wherewithal to make some more hijackers, because that would do very well at the moment. Wow, there's a lot of orange moving through Skippy's base. I think Skippy might be out of the game at this point. Yep. Skippy's finished off. Pancake. Still, it's hard to find those resources in the middle. Neo, lots and lots of extra cash, enjoying that northern side. Matthew, lots of cash as well. And Neo finally now moving on to Matthew's base, which should help Shift in the back. But he's going to need some of those Humvees. Hopefully he built a couple of scout drones. I'm not seeing that. Neo usually prefers the Hellfire drones, so he might have a tough time finding these buildings as well. Yeah, the stealth buildings really came into play here. Okay. Matthew nicely taking out some buildings, and Shift's army coming up as well. So it's up to Tim. Maybe Tim's the one who took out the tunnel. However, nope, no more tunnels. Just a bunch of rebels from Pancake. So that was Matthew's last act in the game. Pancake
You are victorious.
didn't want to see things to the finish, and I can understand why. Good game. That was pretty evenly matched, with Matthew having the south, Neo having the north, but there was just too many alleyways on the map to defend, and Tim lost the middle, but then won the middle at the same time. Funny enough, he was able to drive that army right through that lane that was unprotected, and did way more work on Pancake's base than I was expecting. Skippy's planes were already occupied, so they weren't able to help out, and then Skippy's airfields got taken out, and then Neo was free to come in with his hordes of troops. So very good game. Not to be unexpected, Neo at the top with the most supplies collected, and the most buildings destroyed with that large group moving through the bases. Matthew, though, for the opposite team, quite a few buildings destroyed as well. He was able to force Shift out of the corner when Shift had it first, and destroyed some buildings at the back of Shift's base as well. But everyone getting in on the action. Pancake had 4 buildings destroyed, and that was the least, and that's still a fair amount. So, units created. Shift. Huh. What was he building? Hijackers? I'm just wondering, maybe it was from all the workers. Maybe he built a whole bunch of workers. I thought it might have gone to Neo or Matthew. But the most units destroyed, oh my goodness, definitely goes to Matthew on that one. Matthew did a lot of work, but Shift was able to hold him off, and then in the end, that's what mattered the most. So very good game. That map always, That map usually leads to some longer games. This one only about half an hour, which is maybe shorter for this map than we're used to. Very good game. Well played. We will catch you next time.